Hey guys, you're listening to the English Made Simple show. This is episode number 146, number 146, número 146. Hello. Welcome everyone. Welcome to the English Made Simple show. My name is Milena from EnglishMadeSimple.net, EnglishMadeSimple.net. Finally, I'm here. Had to escape to Melbourne for a couple of days, but I'm back in Adelaide now. Apologies, this episode is coming later than expected, but here I am. So, let's begin the show, shall we? What I would like to do today, guys, is share a couple of expressions that I hear being used at job interviews, as well as some new phrases that you should be aware of. So you will learn some new vocabulary today. You will learn some new terminology when it comes to job hunting. Job hunting, that's your first phrase, job hunting. This is an informal phrase. It's a noun, actually. If I had to go job hunting, this would mean that I'd have to go search for a new job. To hunt is like to search, in this case. And we all know what search means, right? You can go on to Google and search. And just so you know, to hunt is a regular verb. It can be used in the past tense. In the past tense, it becomes hunted and participle hunted. Cool. Did you know that an employer can hunt you for a new job? Yep. You can be hunted by an employer. Let's say you're one of those prodigy type of people. Let's imagine you're a specialized Microsoft developer, an expert in a certain field. Well, lucky you then. Microsoft can hunt you for a new job. I often hear the phrase job hunting instead of job searching, just so you know. Right, cool. Easy peasy Japanesey. Let's move right on. Moving on, guys and girls. Let's imagine you're looking for a new job. You're hunting for a new job. When it comes to looking for work, you really need a good strategy. You need a good strategy and a lot of preparation way ahead of the interview, okay? Number one strategy that you need to implement is getting your CV up to date, including only the relevant information inside the CV, information that's pertaining to the job that you're applying for, okay? So you will have many different CVs depending on how many jobs you're applying for. So the phrase here, up to date, means current. Up to date means current. I don't know about other countries, but in Australia and New Zealand, employers have robots that scan your CVs for keywords. You can imagine those Terminator type of robots. They scan your CVs. That's how the employers narrow down their search and only focus on the people that match the job criteria, okay? You have to make your CV readable by robots and humans. Don't forget that. That's a tip for you. So, getting myself distracted with robots as usual. Going back to job hunting. Let's imagine you did your research. You got your CV ready and applied for a couple of jobs, and the next day you get called in to attend a job interview. Yay! A big pat on the back. Congratulations! This means that one obstacle is now completed. And now it's time for you to be a superstar at the job interview. I did mention something before in my earlier episodes. A particular question you'd often get asked at job interviews, a number one question you get asked at job interviews is to talk about yourself. And another equally important question is, walk me through your resume. Resume or resume, it sounds French. It's spelled French. It must be a French word. My French-speaking listeners can correct me on this one. I don't speak French. I just pretend that I speak French. In English, they pronounce it as resume. Resume is like a CV, often used interchangeably. So they can ask you, the employer could ask you, walk me through your CV. Walk me through your resume. In other words, let's discuss your CV. It's interesting using the word walk here, right? Walk, like caminar. You only know one meaning of this word is, to go for a walk. What happens when someone says to you, walk me through your CV? If used as a noun, which sounds like this, a walkthrough. Walkthrough. Let me explain what this means. According to Un Inteligente, he's back, or the online dictionary, a walkthrough means a step-by-step demonstration of a process, a step-by-step explanation of something. Now you can imagine if you ever get asked the question, walk me through your CV, this means that the interviewer expects you to talk about your CV in a certain way. If you get asked this question again, what I would do if I were you, I would go through it in a chronological order. Talk about your experiences in the ascending order, from the oldest to the most recent experience shown on your CV. And to do this, you have to be really prepared. You have to know your CV inside out. In other words, you have to know it intimately. You have to know it really well. Any inconsistencies in your CV might raise some eyebrows, like, ooh, you will leave doubts in their mind. If you get tongue-tied about your CV, we don't want that. So my tip is for you to know your CV inside out before the interview. That was another useful term for you, amigos y amigas, inside out. To know your CV inside out means to know your CV really well. How are we going so far? Are you going cross-eyed? Oh my gosh, too much information. I know. We are almost there. Right, so if you get asked this question by an interviewer to go through your CV, you are allowed to look at your CV. You don't have to know it off by heart, but be prepared on how to answer this question. You have to be prepared. That's why practice is really important. Let's imagine you get asked the question and you can go, certainly, Mr. Jones, I would be happy to walk you through my CV. You see, my career started in year 2010. I began working as a help desk support person at company ABC. While I was there, I got promoted a couple of years later to the role of a systems analyst. During my time as the systems analyst, as you can see in my CV, I got experience using SAP, Visual Basic, and C++ programming. I'm just making it up, by the way. Programming was something I really enjoyed doing, so I am now looking for opportunities in this area of IT. Okay, well, this is just a fictional example, but you get my drift. You know what I'm trying to say here, okay? I want you to focus on your achievements, such as the promotion, as I mentioned in my example, or if you had saved the company money, focus on how much money you saved the company. Put some numbers to the facts. Did you find new customers? Did you help the company expand? Maybe you exceeded your sales targets, which is awesome. You can mention that as well. So that's about it. Cool. So today I want you to remember this expression, walk through. Walk me through your CV. I will be happy to walk you through my CV. When is another time you might hear this phrase? Let's imagine if you had a client meeting, if you're meeting with a client. Your client will say to you, okay, Carlos, walk me through the proposal. Walk me through the presentation. Walk me through the quote. What does it consist of? Radio, I bet you didn't know this phrase before. Maybe you've heard it before, but now you know it. Now you know what it means. This phrase, a walkthrough, or walk someone through something, is used when a step-by-step explanation is required. How are we doing so far? Lots and lots of new vocabulary here, guys. So, just to recap, today you've learned the importance of being prepared for job interviews, importance of knowing your CVs inside out, and you've learned a couple of new phrases. Walk someone through something. Walk me through your CV. And another phrase, job hunting. Oh, and you also learned what inside out means because I've mentioned it so many times. Just remember, guys, to have a short response already prepared, about 2 to 3 minutes in length, something that you can retell comfortably when you're at the job interview. This is when practice comes into play. You must be prepared before your actual interview. You must be prepared. Cool, amigos y amigas, those were my wise words for today. Before we end today's show, let me just send a few greetings to a few peeps or people out there who had time to email me and say nice things about English Made Simple. We've got Armando from Mexico City, Orale way, Marco from Ecuador, hola Marco, and Nur from Chile, hola Nur. Thank you all. I appreciate your comments. I'm glad to know that your English is improving thanks to English Made Simple. Mine too. I should also send greetings to a few people who left awesome reviews in iTunes. Thanks a lot, guys. We've got a review from Turkey, Mexico, Spain, and the USA. Really cool. Thanks, guys. I read all the comments. I look forward to reading them. It makes me happy to know people like to listen to my blabbing. And I also dance around the house when I see any iTunes review come through. I get emailed all the iTunes reviews. So, cool bananas. Thanks again. And thank you all for joining me in today's show. You've been jamming with me, Lena, from English Made Simple. You've been awesome as always. Let's catch up next time, muchachos y muchachas. Until then, hasta la próxima.